YouTube, it's your favorite guru from Timu, and we're gonna be talking about fear in this video and just trading inside of fear specifically. Hold on one second. My fan was gonna be knocking. But yeah, reason I want to talk about fear and but yeah, going over fear today. We're gonna be going over fear, and we're gonna be going over trade recap at the end of the video, because I know some of y'all boys want to see the chart. So yeah, we're gonna be going over that. But fear, where do we start with fear? Now let's talk about why fear is so bad. Some people think, oh no, I'm just protecting my capital. Oh no, I didn't let the trade play out, not because I was scared, but because I was trading smart. You know good doggone well that ain't the case, my nigga. You feel me? So hold on, let me get a screenshot. Alright. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, we know good doggone well, good doggone well you were not just stopping the trade because you was protecting your capital or whatever you want to call it. Nigga, you were scared that the trade was going to flip in your direction, and that's okay. You feel me? That's okay. First thing you got to do to get over fear, because like I said, it holds a lot of people back. Some people scared to enter a trade, some people scared to hold the trade, some people scared of just losing in general. And getting over that is very simple. What you have to do, the main thing you have to do first is do it. You can't when you get that feeling that you like, oh, what if this, do it. Okay, do it. That's the best way to get over something. You have to do it, right? And what I mean by that, say you are nervous about taking the trade, right? Say this trade it's an A+ setup trade, but you've been on a losing streak or whatever it is. Of course your mental is going to be down. So you feeling with your mental being down, you don't want to take a trade because you're scared. If everything is there, I don't care if you lost 1,000,000 times, that one good time, I sound like a gambler, but that one good time could set you up for it can make all of your losses back. Not all of them if you've been losing 1,000 times, but one bad trade doesn't make you a bad trader. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think that one bad trade or one bad week, even a bad month for trading, makes you a bad trader, when in reality that 1 month compared to your trading overall is minimal. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. So first off, I want you to understand, we're gonna have losses. Don't be scared of the losses, and get over the fact that you have lost in the past. That's the main thing. If you can't get over the fact that you lost and stuff like that, your mental is going to be bad. It's just that simple. Like, you got to understand that you're going to lose in this game. You're going to lose. So take the L's. You get what I'm saying? Take the L's, enjoy the L's, have fun with the L's, embrace the L's. But going back into the fear of, like, just the trade stopping or you being scared to get in the trade, like I said, the best way to get over that is to do it. Now, holding the trade, what you do, this is what helped me. What I did, I had to just let go. I was too attached to the charts. I was too attached to what if I lose, because I'm a YouTuber, a TikToker. So in my head a lot, even when I'm live trading, whatever, me taking the L back then, now I don't really care. But back then when I took an L, it just made me, it seemed like everybody was watching me. You feel me? So this, I know, like, I got what y'all got times 10. So it felt like everybody was watching me. Everybody was expecting something out of me, and I was putting that pressure on myself. If I lost the trade, I lost the trade. I can take that L and put it to the side, but I have to hold it, because the thing is, if you don't hold your trade, that trade that ended up playing out, that could have put you up a lot more bread than you have for the day. It could have helped you pass your account. It could have helped you, and it happened a lot, right? It's been days where I could have had a huge payout if I would have just held the trade, and I got out because I was scared. And it's been days where I could have passed my test multiple times, not my test, passed my eval multiple times if I would have just held the trade. It's that simple. Just hold the trade, trust your setup, and go with it. If you have a problem with holding the trade, get off of the charts when you take the trade. Set an alert for when it hit an area you want to move your stop loss to break even. Especially when it's in break even, let the trade go. If you can move the trade to break even, it's over with. You're not losing any money anyway. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my main thing. What I tell y'all boys to do is to let go of the market. Let go of it. You don't need to be glued to it. You don't. That's what hurts you the most. People think that you have to be on it every single day. You have to be this great trader. TikTok has ruined your freaking brain. Don't think like that, gang. It's okay to lose. It's okay to mess up. It's okay I forgot the other thing I said. But it's okay to do all of the things. It's okay to be wrong. You feel me? It's okay to be wrong. Don't be wrong all the time, but it's okay to be wrong. You get what I'm saying? If it come down and stop you out, cool. You let it play out. It come down, it sweep your the stop loss and go back to your take profit. Okay, cool. It happens. It's part of trading. You're gonna have a million more of them going in throughout trading. But I'd rather have a million trades where I held compared to a little few trades where it stopped me out a little bit and went to my TP, because it's not gonna happen all the time. It's gonna happen here and there, but it's not gonna happen all the single time. But if you cutting your trades short, you're cutting your goals, you're cutting your profit short, you're cutting everything short. You're cutting your whole journey as a trader completely short. Whew. And I used to struggle with this a lot, bro. That's why I talk about it so much. Like on the TikTok and stuff like that. I used to struggle with it a lot, and it's because I was scared. Like, I had the one trading experience, a very bad trading experience. I almost made $2,000 on the Express account, I think, or it was the eBay. I can't remember. It was on that account. I was up like 1,800, right? And I should have just taken profit. I seen it dropping down. I got greedy. It came all the way down and stopped me out. I wasn't, and this was when I was new to funded accounts and stuff like that. So I didn't just have because I used to trade options. So I didn't have the whole idea of moving your stop loss to break even, all that different type of stuff. I just let the trade play out and all that different type of stuff. I was new. So once that happened to me, and that hurt my mind back, because I was like, dang, I remember that day specifically where it went edge my take profit. I'm talking about to a tick, to the literal tick, came all the way down to stop me out. I would have made $1,900 that day. But that trade hunted me for so long, and it caused me, that trade hunted me for so long, and it caused me to mess up and fall off as a trader overall. So the best way to pick myself up is to just go over the trade. I mean, just to let the trade hit and let the trade play. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, though. That's really it. We finna get into the trade recap that we had for today. It was a great trade. Amazing trade. I'm gonna talk about how I got buys, all of that different type of stuff. The markets lately have been terrible, but it's okay. You feel me? It's okay. Let's go over it though. See y'all boys in 2 seconds. Alright, so boom, we on the charts now. And going over the charts, I'm going to be using this, how you can use these little exploits to get over your fear, right? And I'm going to talk about the L I took today and the 2 wins that I took. So they canceled each other out. Right. First off, going over, shout out to everybody that's in the Discord though. Y'all been killing it. This is me taking a trade. This one I lost the trade and it rose to my take profit. Shout out to everybody in the server right now though that was killing it. We literally just be chilling. I call out stuff in the server. I called out the level, which I'm gonna show y'all boys. Where was it at? Right here. I called out 743 to 750, right? We ended up coming all the way down to 743 actually. 743 was right here. And if you would have took this entry, you could have had like a 15-point stop loss, I'm pretty sure. 743. 15-point stop. Oh, no, you couldn't have a 15. If you would have had a 20-point stop, though, 20-point stop would have actually held you for this trade, and you would have got a nice little bottom tick, right? Get a nice little bottom tick if you would have got in right when I called it. But, of course, we don't trade like that, right? And that's the first mistake that I made. I seen a volume and I seen the market getting absorbed down here. So I entered in right here, right? I entered in right here and it pushed up and came down, stopped me out, right? And then I re-entered again and I got out because I was like, I want to wait to see buying pressure come in. And that's the first mistake that a lot of people do. And I did it myself, just admitting it, is not waiting for buying pressure to come in. I'm not waiting for a confirmation, right? So once I seen I already knew that when we got to my level down here, 743, I was already expecting buys, right? I already was expecting buys. I just showed y'all that I called it out early this morning. Show y'all again, because I be calling stuff out in the server, bro. And I called this out at 7:37, right? 7:37 this morning. And this ended up playing out around 9 o'clock. So 2 hours ahead, that's what I ended up calling it out. So yeah, I waited till my level. My level got hit. Now, good. My level's hit. Now, what do I do when my level's hit now? I wait. Okay, I don't just enter off of it. A lot of people just enter off of it, and that's why you're losing a lot more, because you're not waiting for a confirmation. I wait, right? Next thing I want to see is a break of structure, which we got right here. Got this breaker structure, right? Got this breaker structure. Perfect. This tells me that buyers are inside of the market. Okay, perfect. Buyers are in. We didn't close and inverse this fair value gap, but this is very strong buying pressure, right? This shows me we came down at this area down here. This area got tapped multiple times, and every time it came down here, it pushed up, which was at 743. 743 got tapped multiple times, and it respected it. So when it came back down right here, I could have entered right there. That could have been my entry when this counter closed pretty strongly. Could have got in right here. But I just went for OTE of this range, and as you can see, we bottom ticked it, right? So, but breaker structure here. We got a breaker structure, and that's the main thing I really want to see, right? I really want to see a breaker structure inside of the market, right? I don't want to be confused. Like, okay, like this up here, this sweep of liquidity right here, this was just a fake out, in my opinion. Because the reason I know this was a fake out is because we still have so much liquidity down here to take out, right? We got all of that we got all of this liquidity right here that we need to take out. You know what I'm saying? Even though it lined up with standard deviation, we still got, and it really didn't, because standard deviation goes up here. Yeah. So it really didn't, but it did, but didn't. But even though standard deviation goes up all the way up here and all that, I knew that we were on a downtrend, right? I knew that we were on a downtrend, and plus we were choppy, right? And I seen that we kept chopping in this area. We came to this area multiple times, and I waited to see if we would get a reaction off of it. So that's why I didn't take a buy at this low, because once we came down here, we went right back up to this area, and we didn't break this area. So I knew for a fact, okay, this buys are not relevant here. They're not interested in this market at all. I'm not going to take this trade, and that saved me profits, right? So boom, going back to here, but down here, for example, boom, we came up, we hit my level, we took out all of this liquidity over here, we took out all of this liquidity. Now I'm waiting for a confirmation. That's what we got. We got strong buying pressure that came inside of the market, right? So now the next thing I want to do is wait for a pullback into the OT of this range, right? Got that pullback, and that's my confirmation. And this what helps me. This what saves me a lot of trades, a lot of losses and stuff like that. Cause I could have entered just by trying to predict the market, but I waited for a confirmation. I waited for structure to build, right? And once we got this push up, you could have had your entry. Well, now you couldn't have had your entry right here. Got the push up, and you could have entered it when it was going up right here. Would have been a good trade anywhere like that, but I ended up catching this trade right here when it hit OTE of this what's the name, because I already had this level up, and I knew this level was pretty strong as well, right? Would have been here before. Once we've been here, we instantly shot up, and that's exactly what we did again. So I knew this level was pretty strong, and we really haven't broke out of this range. If we just looking at this, we haven't really broke out of this range, which I think when we get to this low this high right here, I'm expecting us to drop. That's what I expect, but we never know. It could go back down. It could just go up to all-time highs. But yeah, so I always have context inside of my trade, right? So that's another thing to stop the fear. Have context. If you don't have context in your trade, you're just trading blindly, right? So with just going back to over here, why I didn't take buys right here, even though this seemed to be a breaker structure, right? Why not take buys? Like I said, this high has not been taken. And every time we got to this high, because I was watching the charts. If you just clicked on the charts, you could have been like, oh, I should get in for here. No. I was watching the charts, and I seen every time we got to this high, we just chopped, right? This could have been a nice little sell trade as well, right? This could have been a clean little sell trade. This could have been a pullback. But I peeped that every time we got to this high, and plus we were in a downtrend already. We were going downwards. I peeped that when we got up here, though, we sailed off. It wasn't a strong buying pressure didn't just take in. And even while watching the charts, I seen that sellers were still fighting and trying to push us down lower, right? When buyers came in right here, they were strong. Like, you see, this candle doesn't even have a wick, right? This candle doesn't even have a wick, and it instantly shot up. You get what I'm saying? Candle didn't have a wick. This candle is very strong. This is a 2-minute fair value gap. This shows us that buying pressure was relevant here. These candles shows us that buying pressure was relevant right here. No wicks in these candles, showing us that buying pressure is very heavy, right? And that is perfect for us. That's exactly what we want to see. And now we're back in this range again, just chopping, back chopping. We can mark these levels out. Mark this level out right here. That's a level right there. And this level right here, right? Boom. We see that we're just chopping in this range right here, right? And this is basic support and resistance. Were areas where we came to multiple times, equal highs and stuff like that. We can look at ES. Just building narrative for the next trade that I take. Because the next trade I want to take is sales, right? I expect us to come through sales, take this right here, take that high, and then I want to see us come down this way, right? That's exactly what I want to see us come all the way down, take out all of this level of liquidity down here that we have not been taking once we get sales, and then we push up higher. That's what I want to see personally. You get what I'm saying? And that's my narrative. We got equal highs up here. When we got to this area multiple times, we have hit this high multiple times and sold off. You feel me? Now, I trade a prop firm, so I hope it doesn't hit this and I can't enter it right now because this will be a good trade. But if it does, more than likely we'll get a pullback and we can enter off for sales there. But yeah, that's just going up. My bad for my homies in the back. But yeah, that's it for today though, man. I hope this helped. Trading, you have to get over your fear in order to be a profitable trader. That's the main thing I learned. You cannot be scared when you're a trader. You have to go hard at it. You have to want it to work, and you have to make it work. God loves y'all boys though. Catch y'all in the video. Peace out.
Don't subscribe to Sham.
Why you high on
Don't nigga, I don't need nobody. Smoke too much gas, I don't need no mind. Who pack came in from Calisac. Count up bread, nigga, who gon' stop? Keep me a post off, who gon' fly? Can't hang right, nigga, they out of the pocket.